Chicken tetrazzini. Why am I craving it now, 20 some odd years later? Anyway, it turns out I have the ingredients to make chicken tetrazzini in my fridge. So let's do that. I'm trying not to say things that I probably shouldn't say on YouTube. Hello and welcome once again to Cooking Under the Influence with me, your host and chef du jour. I'm Sean. Chicken tetrazzini? Anything tetrazzini? Okay, sure, why not? Let's make that. At boys' school, you know where you stand. But before we get cooking, as all good chefs know, we need a drink. Okay, I've done this before on here, absinthe, so I'm not going to go into excruciating detail as to how to make it. So let's just make us some absinthe. Let's just make us some absinthe. The chess team, and the football team, and the basketball team, and not like last time when I used a damn fork and it was a pain in the butt. Like in all schools, there's a pecking order of the cool kids. See, that's how it's supposed to work. The absinthe spoon rests right on the glass. How handy dandy. Once your sugar cube's gone, that's about all the water you need. Then the not cool kids down here, the nerds, will make you crazy. Okay, so tetrazzini. I know I had in my MRE episode there was chicken tetrazzini, so it can't be that fancy if it comes in an MRE. So let's get cooking. Here's a nice grilling pan. Why is it a grilling pan? It's got these little liney things on there to give you lines, which do nothing for your cooking, but it makes it look pretty. Turn your oven on. No, not oven. This is the stove. By the way, when I put on Facebook, if you follow me on Facebook, I'm at the studios of Cooking Under the Influence. That means it's an invitation for you to come over and have a drink and cook with me. Alright, so we're going to heat this up. Let's put a little bit of oil in the pan. And we don't have to spice this up right now before we grill it. We're just going to cook it. All the spicy bits are going to come later. And the goths and the alternative people. And then you have, everybody that's kind of in between that nobody really remembers from high school. Oh shit, I forgot. I bought strawberries the other day to make jam. Maybe I should be doing that instead. Chicken in the thing. Let's get us some onions. Now, if you're like me, you probably found high school a rather daunting time in your life. Me, I went to all-boys school my whole life up until the second part of my junior year in high school, and I transferred to a co-ed school with boys and girls. Boys and girls in the same school? Oh my God. I was like, what are those things with the hair and the makeup and these things? What the hell am I supposed to do there? As you can tell, I was quite the ladies' man. Then I go to the co-ed school. Like, it's a whole different pecking order because you have cool kids that are girls. That went down really quick. Time for a refill. Next veggie. Some portobello mushrooms. You can use whatever mushrooms you want. I'm just using portobello because that's what I had in my damn fridge. I'm already starting to feel like absinthe, making my brain crazy. I'm trying not to say things that I probably shouldn't say on YouTube. So this is a show about cooking, not about what I thought of the other people in my class. How good looking I thought that one might have been. Or how I might still sort of have a crush on, you never know. Yeah, that's stuff I should not really talk about, because they might watch this. Flip your bird! I'm way over high school. The only reason I'm talking about it now is because of the tetrazzini. Some people never get over high school. And I think it was Thursday, we would have turkey tetrazzini. Okay, this may or may not be done, but we're going to take it out. Because you know what? There's more cooking phases. There was a guy in my high school And you know who you are, Jim. Rewrite on the menu that was posted all over the cafeteria. Instead of turkey, T-O-I-K-E-E, toiki. And Jim, you were not the one I had a crush on, I think. Just stop talking, Sean. Now we got our onions. Same pan as you did the chicken. Put that in there. Got our chopped portobellos. Also in there. Maybe a little more olive oil. Actually, this isn't fire at all. It's just a heating element. So there's something in my Epsom. If your chicken's not cooked, that's fine. There's another phase of cooking. I was trying to break down the word tetrazzini. Tetra, which means four or square, and zini, which actually doesn't mean anything. It's just like maybe a name in Italian. Mezzanine is the middle floor of something. Or tetrazzini, 4 stages or 4 floors. There's 4 stages of cooking. The chicken was zini 1. The mushrooms and, what is this? The mushrooms and onions are zini 2. Was there anybody for whom high school wasn't awkward? By the way, since I'm drinking absinthe and I'm having an increasingly difficult time guarding my mouth, person who I used to have a crush on and kind of sort of still secretly do, if you guess who you are, I'll send you some tetrazzini. I'll tell you if it's you. This is looking pretty darn good. Your onions are getting kind of translucent-y. Your mushrooms look cooked. Next, zini. Third zini of cooking. Get you your decent-sized pot. We'll get us some chicken stock. Half of the liter. That's a liter. I'm using the metric system because I'm that smart. Or just retarded in every other country besides America. And we're going to do pasta, and that's not nearly enough liquid to do pasta in. You wouldn't understand. It's only for people with haircuts like this. Here's some boiling water now. What is this? Fusilli pasta. Any of those weird shaped pastas that have that kind of hollow bit are great for sauces. Put our oven on. Let's put it on 385. Sure, because that's what popped into my head. This absinthe is making me a little crazy. Especially coming from a new school. For a while you're like one of the cool kids because you're new and different and oh, you went to that school but you came here. What's up with that? And then you kind of fit into your niche. And you wind up being like, oh, you're just one of the geeky, quiet kids. Okay. I have never played Dungeons and Dragons. I did spend a couple of years playing World of Warcraft. Yeah, I'm that guy. Let's go back to cooking. Let's not reminisce too hard on high school. More likely than not, it was a bit painful for you. So we're waiting for our pasta to past. Let's get our chicken, which is rested, hopefully. And we're just going to kind of chop it, shred it, whatever it up. Your chicken may or may not be cooked all the way through. That's fine. It's going to be a whole bakey thing. Be careful waving your knife around because you might stab yourself in the neck. One thing I was really bad at in high school was PE. I almost failed PE one year. Oh, and then there's the boys' locker room. How do you describe that? Usually just smelly. So instead of absinthe, let's just go back to good old friggin' vodka and soda. Let's see how our pasta's doing. It's been a little while, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Like a little before al dente, which means, what does it mean? To the bite, al dente. Ooh. Perfect. This is our drained noodles or spaghetti or pasta or whatever you want to say. Remember, this is a comfort food, so it doesn't need a whole lot of spice and herbs and that sort of thing. So we'll add a little bit of salt, a little bit of garlic powder. You can use fresh garlic or chopped garlic or whatever. Remember, it looks like I'm using a lot, but remember, I'm not just seasoning the pasta, I'm seasoning all this chicken and mushrooms and whatever also. And we're going to use some pepper. Here's some cream, some heavy cream. Put a bunch of that in there. And the recipe calls for 3/4 of a stick of butter, but you know what? Live a little. Use the whole damn stick. Who's gonna send you to food jail? Not me. Remember our chicken stock? Let's add maybe a cup or so of that. This is how you butter a dish. You just take a chunk of butter and just butter it up. Butter it up. You're just beautiful. Would you marry me, buttered casserole dish? Only if there's a prenup. Let's add this to our mixture. This is the mushrooms and onions and chicken. Ooh, boy, this looks delicious. And it smells freaking great. Let's put our tossed mixture in our casserole pan. Let's put our casserole in the oven. Delicious. Why is my hair all asymmetrical? We're gonna get some cheddar cheese. What the fuck happened here? Grate all your cheddar cheese. Your shit's gonna bake for like 25 minutes? Okay. So about 10 minutes before it's done, we're gonna add our cheese. The baking of the casserole dish is the fourth zini, the fourth stage, the fourth level of cooking. I can't see how it looks because my freaking glasses are all fogged up. Let's get our cheese. Maybe I'll put a divot over here. We don't know. Alright, we put the cheese on a little while ago. Let's see how it looks. Nice and bubbly. Cheesy pasta-y, chickeny. You remember in high school boiling? You'd have your chemistry experiments. You'd wonder, like, what are the girls doing here? Because they're girls and this is chemistry, which is like science. And, you know, science and girls and chemistry is like laundry. This looks good. Ooh, it's still hot. But it tastes freaking great. This is delicious.